Hi guys, I'm Kim here at Olive City Homestead. This video is a little different. It's just a little chat, a garden chat if you will. Even in December, we can be out in the garden in nature. In fact, especially in December, no matter where we are, whether it's sunny like it is here today, even though it's only about 60, 62 degrees Fahrenheit, or whether you've got snow. Most of the time you still can bundle up even if it's really cold, but it is so important to get outside, and if it's really bad weather, at least get into an area where, like a room with a lot of windows, or even sometimes when it's really bad weather here in Northern California, I'll get in the car and go for a drive, and so I'm protected from the weather, but I can have nature around me. I can go drive in the mountains or near the river or through some forested areas, something like that, if I really need to get out of nature. And I do frequently need to get out of nature. I think all of us do, even those of us who haven't yet realized that. So I just wanted to chat with you about December. December is such a different month than the rest of the year for a lot of us. And whether or not your challenges come in the form of family that you're getting together with who kind of drive you nuts, or more seriously, they infuriate you, maybe because of, say, how they treat your children or something like that. Or maybe because of COVID, you are dealing with the frustration and maybe depression of being isolated and not being able to get together with family and friends. Well, then there's the usual problems if you celebrate Christmas in the typical Western fashion. It can get very hectic. There's a lot of expectations set on us, some based on our, past family experiences, some that we put on ourselves. Sometimes we just want to create such a perfect environment when we have little children around. Now that I'm beyond that point and my children are mostly all grown, I just have a couple of teenagers left here with me. I still, want to make things special for them, but I've learned a lot through the years about becoming a lot more mellow, and they enjoy it just as much, if not more. But getting out in nature, getting outside, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes, not just my opinion, science has proven this over and over, can do so much for you mentally and emotionally. I come out here and I hear the birds. Yes, occasionally I hear an airplane or a siren or some young man in the neighborhood. Oh, I'm being sexist. There's some young person in the neighborhood who goes zipping by, revving their engines. But mostly, it's quiet. And I hear birds, and I hear my chickens and ducks. And usually one of my cats will come bounding up. And I've got, nature all around me in the form of my garden, whether it be vegetables like this tree collard behind me, or out in my other areas where I've got flowers everywhere. So the colors and the smells of growing things are all around me. And it just does something. It will do something to you, something good. You can breathe in and center yourself. I think that's the second time I've said that today, center myself. Maybe that's a clue that I need to do it. I've had a week, which we get sometimes unexpectedly, where things come up that weren't planned and that we have to deal with right now. And if it was just me dealing with this, it would be fine. But when you have to deal with very serious issues and other people are involved who don't agree with what should be done, then it gets tricky and it can cause some stress. So a great stress reliever, well, first of all, is some coffee. And secondly is maybe your animals, your pets. And you know what? We do have a lot of cats, but I also consider my chickens and ducks and our sheep pets. And I can get a great sense of peace and relaxation just by being around them every morning when I'm feeding them or sitting near them during the day and watching their little antics. But yeah, just being out here in the midst of the end of fall as the trees are shedding their last beautiful leaves and the garden is doing its thing, which is, it's a little confused too right now, you know? Even here in Northern California where it's kind of warm. It's some of the plants are struggling a bit. Some are more past struggling. They're dying or dead. And the new ones, some of them are taking off and doing really well, like my ruby red cabbage. And some are, you know, they're hanging in there, but they're wondering how long this is going to be before spring comes again. But that's the thing. Spring will come again. And we can get through this month. In fact, we can not only get through it, we can make it really great for ourselves and our family and friends, whether they're with us or whether, like me, some of our family and friends are far away. I've got a daughter in Cambodia, another in Hawaii at grad school, and then several farmed out in different parts of California. And so I know how it is, you know, but we have such great technology now with Zoom and Marco Polo and all these ways we can stay in not just contact with our kids and our friends and other family, but we can stay in visual contact with them right in the present. They can interact with us, you know, as we eat our dinners and as we open our gifts and as we do our traditional things that we like to do at the holiday season for those of you who are celebrating this December. But beyond that, just remember, you need to take care of yourself. If you're going to take care of and encourage others, you've got to take care of and encourage yourself. And I've always said and will always continue to say, the neighbor's horse. The best way to go about that is with nature. It just feeds into you. It energizes you. It refreshes you, it calms you, it soothes you, it excites you. I know some people see me as some sort of cheerleader for nature and gardening. Maybe a little, but nature has made such a huge difference in my life in the last 5 or 6 years. I mean, it's always been a big part of my life, but in the last 5 or 6 years, it's changed my life. And I think it has the power to change anybody's life. There are a few other things that encourage me and calm me and energize me, and they would be music, baking, artwork of some sort, art or crafts, and staying in touch and with friends and meeting new friends and getting to know them. Those are all things that are so encouraging of us and let us know that, you know, life is good, and if we feel that way, we will be so much better people. And therefore, we're able to encourage others and make their lives better too. So that's what I wanted to share with you now, just a little chat. And, you know, comment below if you have anything you want to say about it or anything else you want to share about what's going on with you right now. I know it can be tough, you know, the holidays and things like I mentioned, but also, you know, some of us have ongoing things, whether that's chronic health issues for you, like I have, or you have a child with something serious that you have to deal with all the time. I've dealt with one child who has a brain tumor and a chronic disorder that can lead to all kinds of issues. And that child is doing great right now. But I know what that's like, you know, and losing people in your family. There's a lot of grief that comes up at this time of year for a lot of people. But you can get through it. You can lean on others for support. You can lean on nature for support. If you need extra help, you can go to therapy, you can reach out and talk to family and friends. You can even reach out and talk to someone like me. I'm open to emails if you would like to email me. That's down in the description below. And I just want you to know you're not alone. None of us are alone. It feels that way sometimes, but we're not. So have a great weekend and get out in nature and maybe bake a little goodie or two for yourself and your friends or family or neighbors, or just yourself. That's all.